the installment in Life is Feudal while we wait for Dune Awakening to come back out. All right, I tweaked the settings a bit, so we should progress a lot faster. See where we're gonna begin. See where we left off. Always the inventory. Get this inventory out of the way. Ah, snowing. That's brutal. Hate when it snows. Miserable. Lasts so long. Slide this down. Inventory over here. All right, so this is our crate inventory. We're gonna slide this fish into this bottom crate. Cursor on it, look in the inventory. Start dropping some of that fish in there. And honestly, it wouldn't hurt us to go ahead and cook this, get it out of the way. Then we can just load up with a bunch of cooked food in here. Because that's the one thing we're gonna definitely want. Eliminate inventory space here and here. Gonna need to create another campfire. I did tweak the settings so we can progress faster. So hopefully we'll get to some more advanced things a little bit quicker. We're gonna look in the inventory of this top box. Should have all of our decent twigs in it. Branches, let's drop those over. Just use those up. We'll get some more. Drop a campfire right here. Right click. We're gonna create a camp. Campfire. Go ahead and build that out. Gonna need to eat again. That way we can get our nature's lure up. Hit that cooking line. Hit P. Go over here to your crafting tab. Slide down. We got it open. We're moving steadily towards the cooking. We'll just have to keep increasing our farming. We'll have to gather some more wild plants, which we were working on before. Go ahead and cook this up right after we eat. That way we get the maximum amount of skill points. We should move a lot faster. And I'm gonna pull it up as we craft in this food. See what those settings will do to it. Drop this in. Tweak that. Build it. Very tedious. This game, you got to have a lot of patience for this and be willing to learn. It's an old game, but while we're waiting on Dune Awakening, I figured I'd tweak with my settings, see how my stream was looking. And I think I about got it dialed in. So if you have any issues with it, just drop a comment in the chat. We'll take a look at it. If there's any issues, that's what I need. I need a sounding board, so I'm not trying to figure it out myself. All right, we're gonna add some fuel. Oh, I don't want to use the branches for that. They're just gonna burn real fast. We did saw out some billet. That'll get us through. This will be enough to at least get this food cooked. Drop those billets in there. Fill that up. That inventory space is filled. These billets are 10 stone each. Light it. Boom. All right, we're gonna right click, prepare that food, scroll on down to the fish. These are all of our fish options at the moment. Gonna craft, mass produce. We'll just wait for this to craft out. Then we'll move on to the next fish. But while we're doing this, we can take a look at our skill level. We should move up a lot faster. Go click down on nature's lure. So now we're going to be jumping 3 points for every craft. And we should be crafting a little bit faster. Eat some more. Back down to 93 hunger. Get that back up. Prepare food. It's a very slow paced game. You can tweak the settings so high that you get to the end game way too quick. This is more chill, nice, relaxed pace to enjoy what you have developed. I think I got them figured out to where it'll make the game fun, and then it won't be such a grueling experience to watch. So we got 6 herring. We're gonna wind up with a lot of food from all of this. So while we're doing that, we'll keep an eye on our food, make sure we keep that above 94. I know I want my strength up to around maybe 30. We're gonna get agility about high as we can get it, around 20 to 30-ish. Continue with our constitution, make our health bar increase. Willpower, I want to get that up pretty high, but I want to have a well-balanced character, especially when we get out here. And we're gonna need to saw out some more billets, and I wanted to see this, see how we're progressing. We're progressing really nice. So now it won't be such a trudge to get to the next skill level. A couple hours in, we should have quite a few of these opened up. We'll start hunting again, start taming some animals, go gather some wild plants, and then we'll use those to catch whatever animals. I do know that we had a boar right across the way, the forest to my right. We crafted that out pretty fast because I increased the crafting speed. So crafting these things should start pumping out a lot faster than it was. So before we let the campfire run out, we'll go ahead and thaw out this. I don't even remember what quality it was. Quality, this is all right. We'll thaw out these billets. We gotta equip P, or we can right click and equip. I like to do the drag and drop method. That way I can manually select what I'm taking off. All right. Now we're ready. We're gonna go ahead and thaw out that billet. We're ready to roll. We're gonna need these billets to keep that fire going. Finish cooking out all this fish. Then we'll have a decent stack of inventory. Honestly, the reason why I'm playing and streaming this, I had a bit of a nostalgic kick lately. I wanted to get back into this, play it for a little while, kind of do my own server thing for the moment, and then wait until Doom comes out. That's really what I'm waiting on. Drop these billets in here. We'll add some fuel. Boom. Should have enough time to prepare a decent amount of this. Herring, salmon, let's mass produce that. That's gonna burn out. Yep. We're definitely gonna burn that out. Crafted all that. We were out of branches. Now we're gonna extinguish this. Roll on over here. See how much wood we got left in this. 30 left. Saw that out. To be the last saw, we'll get that last billet out of there, and then we'll go get some more branches so we can finish cooking this food. All right, cool. Got that. Run over here, get some more branches. Run right down here to this. Let's try one of these. Should have a little more on this maple, young maple tree. Inspect it. Check our quality, because that quality is going to affect what we got going on. Sick. The real poor quality stuff. I don't want to produce any food with this level of quality. See if we can make over to this oak tree. What I'm really hoping for is that we get to a point tonight that we're able to start hunting. As soon as I cook up this food, we'll try to roll out. See what we can find in the way of some animals around. Then I'll show you the hunting mechanics. It's not too bad, especially with our skill level. 32. Inspect. That's 3. All right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to gather all the branches off of this oak tree because we're going to need them for our fish, the remaining fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So we need a minimum of 8. We should be able to get that off this. And our skills should be going back up. All right, our food quality multiplier is dropped back down. I'm gonna finish this cycle, get all these branches off of here. But our nature's lure should be pecking on up. Must be 12 on this. No, it's more. All right, so I'm gonna exit this cycle and I'm gonna eat some of this higher quality food that we've made in comparison to these old plates that we had. Try to find one with a highest quality. Quality is essential here. And variety. I wanna get that multiplier up. Went back to 7. 0.7. We can get that above 1-2%. We should start progressing more. All right. Inspect to see how many branches are actually left on this tree. Only got 7 left. We can go ahead and gather those, and then we'll take a look at our crafting. and see how much we're gonna get off of this. I tweaked it a bit, so I'm hoping that it'll take effect and it won't be as brutal. I mean, we were 32 when we logged in. We've done a decent amount of work that still makes this game fun. And we're up 10.12 technically now. All right, that's all the branches on that. And what we did do is we used all of our billets on that fire. We're gonna need some more. Probably gonna take out one of these elms. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Chop that down. So we're overburdened. I'm actually gonna break this up. Then after my whole shift click to split it with one, I'm gonna get us down to where we can actually walk. Either way, carrying this log back up to the fire is gonna slow us down. Try to speed that up a little bit by dropping a few of these billets. So grueling. Got uproot the stump. Always remember to get those stumps up. It will bog down the server and they don't just deteriorate or go away. You gotta manually unplug those from the environment by scooping them right on up with your shovel. Okay. Overburden. I'm just gonna drag and drop that out of my inventory. It's gonna make a bag up under me. Let's get us to where we're to our carrying capacity. I don't need any of that. That's unnecessary. All right, now we're below. We can run around. I'm gonna lift this object. If I didn't drop what we did have, we would be moving even slower because we were overburdened and carrying a log, which was naturally gonna slow us down. But we're gonna carry this log up to the top of this peak where we have our campfire, finish cooking this fish, get our inventory organized, start focusing on some hunting, then we'll run out, see what we can find. And then as we progress in hunting, hopefully we can get to a point to where we can start taming a horse. Once we tame a horse, that's gonna be a game changer, and then we're gonna start moving a lot faster because literally we getting there at the speed of the horse. Slowly but surely we get. Now this is a very niche game. There's not a whole hell of a lot of people that really like this game. Most of them Europeans. I love it. I have played this since 2013 when it was in its beta form, and I've never stopped. I've taken a break a couple times. I've played the MMO in many different rounds. I even ran a guild inside of the MMO twice. It gets a little bit toxic. There's a lot of toxic players, especially with the PvP side of it. But there's a lot of history there that develops over time, especially if you play in the multiplayer servers. You can play Life is Feudal your own, which I'm playing now. The MMO is something entirely different. Completely different company owns it now due to litigation, lawsuits, and all that. Without getting into the drama, Life is Feudal is your own. You can participate in multiplayer servers that are available. I'm personally on a private server right now. I just like to build, see what I've created over a long period of time. Eventually, I mean, you can terraform everything, anything you want to, especially if you know the mechanics. There's always tricks, and then we'll get to those tricks soon. Yep, and I just realized that I sawed out a board, and I guess that was my default action for this. So let's talk about default actions, because I just made a mistake. Pay attention to your default action. Once you left click on that, it's gonna just automatically do it even without accessing this menu. So I want to change that. I'm gonna scroll down, get to saw out, slide down here. We need billet. I'm gonna right click billet. Now that's my default action for this log. Go ahead and do that. And then we're gonna go ahead and try to boost up our alignment here as soon as we get out of this. Slide on over here. This is our alignment. All we gotta do, we're gonna eat since we're below 94. Now we're completely full. Then we're just gonna pop 0, see if we can get some alignment points out of that. We can make a totem. I haven't made an idol yet. That'll help us progress even further. This is gonna go up incrementally, and that'll affect when we die. If it is a thing, we'll start losing skill points, and we don't really want to do that. As you can see, it takes a lot to gain a lot, and I've tweaked the settings quite a bit. Trying to find a decent balance. I'm gonna drop those in. So that's only 4. We only have, what, 8 fish remaining? I think we got plenty. Add fuel, light it on fire. We good to go. Prepare that food. Scroll down here. Hit that cod. We good. Herring, we're good. We got 3 more salmon. Knock that out. Up. We got that multiplier up to 8, so our quality's going up, our variety's going up. That's a good thing. We're going to keep inching that up higher and higher. All right, we got those done. Fire up that trout. Got one more after this cycle. All right, that's it. We got them all cooked up, ready to roll. We got a variety of food. We're gonna extinguish that to carry in unnecessary amounts of resources, but we also are about to craft a bow. We're gonna get that bow crafted, and then I did drop some boards. I might as well go ahead and create another crate while I'm at it. Saw out that, nope, I want a board. So a board this time is necessary. Craft out the one board. We'll go ahead and create another crate. We'll stack that up. And then we'll have a place for all of our cooked food. All right, I'm done with that. I just hit escape, get out of it. Let's check and see how much wood we have available in that. Now it's still 260. So we have 26 billets we could get out of that. Look in the inventory. My hold control, click that on over with my left click. We're gonna create us a crate. All right, so I'm gonna right click the ground, create. We're gonna go to furniture. We're gonna go to crate. Now, you have to create this thing on the ground, so we're gonna slide it over in between these two things, or it ain't gonna let us do shit. All right, here we go. Right click, create furniture. We're gonna drop these 4 in there, add another. Then we're gonna left click build, get that build out. All right, now we can somewhat organize this stuff. I wish we had the sliders that we do in the MMO. Just drop everything in here. See what we got going on. We're gonna need to get that water off of us too, because that's taking up 25 stones right out the rip. Boom. We'll eventually use this for cooking anyway, like boiled chicken and whatnot. We're about to start hunting. We'll put like with like. I like to keep my inventory organized as much as possible. Keep on going down. We got a substantial amount of fried salmon. Caught a lot of salmon. Cod, we're gonna match that up with the cod. We're not stacking it because all these things are different qualities. We want to keep our qualities separated until we eliminate everything that's at the bottom. Gonna keep rolling it on around. And we'll be able to take a look and see what we got here. I'm gonna eliminate all my lowest quality tiers, so we're gonna put this back in our inventory. Keep hovering, get a good idea of what we got going on, get that out of there. We'll eliminate that, get that, slide this over. And then now that we got it in the inventory, we can keep it organized. And then probably put the new stuff down here, all of our more advanced levels. Add this in there to keep that variety going. Yeah. That should give us plenty of food for right now. And then we'll put 1 stack of this salmon over here in the corner. That way we not ever without anything entirely. Now we're gonna pick this up. What I did is right click it. I'm gonna lift it. We'll come right on over here. I'm gonna drop that object. place that right there. That. All right, now we're good. Take a look at our inventory. Before we do that, take a look at our crafting skills. So we're at 30 hunting. Now, in order to hunt and do it efficiently, we're gonna wanna start off with a bow. But guess what? We gotta practice this sling shot. We're gonna legit have to make a sling. So we're gonna have to craft that. We should be able to do that through archer's gear. And then that means we're gonna have to make a primitive knife. So we already have some branches here. And then in my inventory, I'm gonna go ahead and eat that. Slide this food up here so I can keep my inventory organized. This will get out of hand really fast. And frustration to the max will begin for me because I can't stand anything unorganized. That's the most frustrating thing for me. I'm pissed off with a capital P. All those letters. Sweet. Let's check out our multiplier. It's going up. We're maintaining it at 8 right now, and that's where we want it. We want to keep it there. And then it wouldn't hurt us to make some shoes also. We can run faster. Let's check that out. I know we're definitely gonna need to look in our crafting box. Where we at? 11, 10. Here, we'll go ahead and use up all this, and then we'll just get some more fiber. So we'll craft out some simple cloth. And all I did was right click, craft, simple cloth. We'll go ahead and mass produce that. We'll produce quite a few. There's several different things that we can use it for. We'll just wait till it finishes. Oh, wow. That was a lot. Just that quick, huh? 20 all at once. Let's do this. Right click, craft. We can make the primitive boots. We got enough for that. I say let's go ahead and make the wristbands because we're gonna require some higher quality fiber now. And then we'll make the boots. We'll make some bandages. That way if we get busted up when we start hunting, we'll be ready to roll to heal. All right, we're gonna right click the ground, look for, make that our default task for that right now. I'm gonna turn on the visuals for the elevation, which is F3. When you're terraforming, this is real crucial. It'll help you out. But I like to use it for the light. It helps me spot things on the ground much easier. Just roll on over here. Let's see what kind of quality we picking up off the ground. Usually that's going to be indicated by the tile that you requested it on. I think that was this one. 27. Now let's see how our skill is affecting that. 33. All right, sweet. Keep getting this fiber because we're gonna need 20 fiber to make one cloth. See what else we got. Might as well go ahead and get some flintstone too, because we're not too far away from getting metal tools, but it's gonna be a process. Sling ammo, fiber. Flintstone. All right. Now, see what we got. Okay. No more Flintstone. There we go. Grab that. All right, let's take a look. Should have plenty now. We can craft out some footwear. So we're gonna right click that fiber in our inventory. We're gonna craft some simple cloth. We know we only need one to produce the shoes. We already looked at that. Maybe it's two, but we're about to find out now. Ooh, we had just enough. So we're gonna craft primitive boots. We only need one here. How much we need for cloth? Bandage we're gonna need to get some more fiber. Not really necessary at the moment. But if we start running up on the wrong animal, we definitely gonna need some assistance. All right. Look for materials. Then now that our hunger bar is down at 94, we can bump it back up just by eating something different. What our aim is to continue to get this food multiplier with the quality that we have increased now with our food. Our skills increase both in hunting and cooking. So we're getting up there. We'll just keep doing that. We're gonna right click these boots, put them on. That'll help us out. And then we actually crafted some gloves with that first fiber cloth. We'll put that on. We're gonna equip those. Now we're good. Now we can run faster. We're gonna go ahead, start acquiring some more fiber. So you're gonna need fiber in large quantities. You're gonna use a lot of this as you can, even towards the end game, you're still gonna use a lot of this fiber. You're gonna move more towards the flax side and then you can farm that. Or otherwise you can make a little gathering field, get you some higher quality soil, and then you should be able to produce a fair amount of fiber in an area as large as when you look for materials. I think it's like a 30 by 30 or a 15 by 15 you would have to do. And then you just go in the center of that field. You'll put down the highest quality soil that you can, and then you'll be able to search and find whatever you need. We're gonna have to make some simple rope here in a second to see how much we got. Craft. We can make simple rope. Oh, 3 more shy. So we'll look again. While we're doing that, the higher that we can get this food quality multiplier up and keep our food above 94, we won't drop. We can just keep stacking it. Right now, our lure is at 53. That's going to allow us to progress past 60 once we get this to 60. So we'll just keep finding some fiber. We're gonna need it anyway. Right now we're gonna focus on making a bow, but we're gonna need a sling. I know that sling is gonna need several components. We're gonna need flintstone, we're gonna need some more branches, make a primitive knife. Because the primitive knife is actually gonna open up archer's gear crafting option. And then we're gonna craft it directly from the knife. This game right here doesn't hold your hand. It does give you some indication when you hover over stuff, but if you don't know what some of this, you're gonna be lost as hell because there's just so much to learn. See what we got going on in the way of simple rope. We can make one. We'll produce that. Then we'll focus on getting our knife made. We should have enough flintstone on us. Find that highest quality branch we got on in here. This 20. Yeah, 37. Craft primitive. Slide on down. Primitive knife. Craft. Produce. Now, once we... Ah, shit. Let's do that. Craft. Produce. I clicked out of this box, which is the crafting menu. It ended my cycle. That's what messed me up. So now we got the knife. It dropped in our inventory. So we're going to right click that knife. Craft. Now we're opening up a whole new crafting menu. This is going to allow us to start producing some of this hunting gear that we really need. Let's see, simple bow. Let's hit P. Go to your crafting. However, we're gonna need to go to your combat skills. So your bow is here under 0 of archer. That means we have necessarily got to get this up above 30 to unlock the simple bow. We need to make a sling first. Then we're gonna have to start getting that sling ammo that I've been avoiding this whole entire time. I hate this part of the game more than anything else, working with the sling. So now, where are we at on the sling? Go over here. Simple rope. Plant fiber, simple bows like siege torches. But that's not our option. Sling. Ah, we good. We just need to get some more fiber. And then we'll make us several slings, because as we're practicing this, we're gonna break a couple of them, then we're just gonna drop them down. We're gonna need to get more fiber. We're gonna need to get more sling ammo. Then we're gonna technically go hunting, because we gotta hit something in order for us to even be able to get the point in our skill. This is actually going to be very comical. And then I can show you the hunting mechanic. You literally have to track stuff in this game. We're going to need the flintstone and the sling ammo this time. We're going to need quite a bit of that sling ammo. It's going to get heavy as shit. Keep running around. There we go. All right. More sling ammo. Sling ammo. this is really what we needed more of. Because we're gonna have to make 2 slings in order to get to 30 when we can make our bow. And I'm pretty sure I have all of my branches on me right now. So whatever branches that I have on me, we'll be able to use. And like I said, as you progress, everything is going to fundamentally increase with your skills to a point that it's going to get, we can make 1 at least. Right click that branch, create primitive tool, slide on down to sling. We got 15. Technically I should go ahead and make 2. It's gonna break, and when it breaks, we don't want to be pissed off tracking an animal and it runs away. And I may even go ahead and make the bow and the arrows, so when we get 30 and we open up the simple bow, we'll be able to immediately pull out the bow and then start. So we're going to look for materials again, find some more fiber. We already got our simple rope for the bow, and we'll make 2 bows. Always have a backup, especially with this low level primitive stuff. You don't want to be in the middle of doing something and then it breaks. That's frustrating. The flintstone. In this game, it doesn't have the most advanced graphics. Like I said, it was originally released in 2013 in the form of a beta that I was playing on. And then I stuck with it. It officially released on Steam, I think in like 2014 or 15. Stayed in early access for quite a while. And I know it sold a lot of copies initially. Then 2017, we got the MMO. And that was really fun. I mean, especially with like 5,000-6,000 players on a 250 square kilometer map. It was pretty intense. It was aspects of gaming that most people will never experience if they've never played a massive player-driven culture. To where like legit you don't pass this oak tree and that oak tree, and if you do, me and the 70 people from around the world that play with me are gonna regulate you and destroy everything you got. And then you got like diplomacy, you gotta meet and discuss all this shit. So it's a lot like life. I think we should have enough to get what we need in the way of a sling at least. Right click that branch, create primitive tool, slide down, make that sling, craft that out, produce. And then we're gonna go ahead, like I said, and then make the bow and the arrow as well. Then we're gonna start hunting. Then we're gonna get our hunting line up. Because what I want to do is get this hunting up to where we can start taming. Now, in order to get this taming up, we're going to also look for wild plants. And then we're going to use some of those wild plants to start working on our taming. Then we're going to progress to here, and there's several other things we have to do. I mean, we're like days before we're ever able to even tame a horse, because this is where we got to be to tame a horse. And then we still got to progress through all of these to 60 to get this to 60. Then we got to get this to 90 before we can get this to 60. It's bizarre. I didn't program the game, I didn't make it, but they make you work for this shit. So we'll continue to get the sling ammo, get more fiber so we can make a bow. And then we'll start making our arrows, then we'll be straight. At least start hunting. Get us a larger variety of food. Now that our food is below 94, we want to get that up I just so happened to notice it. Avatar is looking for some more materials. We're gonna get all this fiber. Pick up these branches. Fiber again. See several patches of fiber here. Get all those. See what our food multiplier is at. Oh, we got it to 9 now. We can break it to 1 and then keep driving it up with a variety of food. Then that's substantial in increasing our skill points. As we're doing anything in the game, we're always developing in some way, some form, on a stat or a skill point. Nothing you do in here is wasted. Go on over here, grab these branches. Get this fiber. More fiber. All right, let's see where we at. Should be able to create a... All right, we got 2 slings. Go to our primitive knife, right click that, craft. Slide down to the simple bow. We're gonna need a soft billet and some nails. No, that is absolutely not true. We can make another rope. We have one here. We can go ahead and make 1 simple bow. I have everything I need. What are we doing? I don't think it's gonna let me make it until I get my archery up. Really, that's be it. Let's see what the system's saying. Shit. 1 and 1, 31 and 1. Yeah, we got way more than we need. All right, well, then we'll put our torch back on and we'll go hunting. See where we had that torch. This is why I hate getting a bunch of fiber at one time. We're gonna equip that sling. We're gonna put the sling ammo. No, let's give this instead. More ammo. P. Ah, I forgot. You gotta manually hold this junk now. That's why I hate dealing with this sling. So we're gonna tap 1, our hot bar. There we go. Isn't that bad? Now we're gonna have to tap the hot bar 1 again to get out of that action. And that was an R. Now we're in first person because we're hunting. What we're gonna do is click the ground, right click, look for, track peaceful animals. That's all we can do right now. Hunger bars down to 94. We're gonna eat again, try to keep some variety in that. The system just rejected our attempt to find anything. You have failed to find any track. We'll just keep rolling on. Not just run for a little while. Again, you can hit F3. That'll light up the ground for you. Technically, this is for the terraforming when you start digging and mining. But it helps. Track peaceful animal again. But it helps you to be able to see during the dark. I don't like rolling out in the dark. That's frustrating as hell, especially when you run up on a wolf and you are not prepared. Our agility should be high enough that we can run from it. We should be good. Because I actually don't even have a house to bind to. I haven't even built that. We need to continue the foundation on the top of that peak behind me. See if we can get on this other side of this hill. Find us some animal track. Look for, track peaceful animals. The only time you'll ever find me hunting in life is when I'm doing that shit in a video game. Otherwise, I'm gonna buy the damn animal meat. It's too much work. We don't need any materials. Look for, track peaceful animals, and we'll go ahead and make that our default task. So there's a variety of type of tiles, and that default task on that one will be track peaceful animals. So that's got to be the same type. There's none, but our hunting skill is going up, so that's a good thing. Just got to get our archery skill so we can use the bow. That means we got to use the stupid ass sling. And then we actually have to have a hit. We can't just simply throw it. Got a feeling that I'm going to run up on a wolf somewhere. There's no animals out here. And considering that it's winter, you're going to see a lot less animals in the winter than you do any other time. So it's just like real life. But we straight about to beat down something with a sling. But if we run up on a bear, this ain't no damn David and Goliath situation either. We'll keep an eye on our hunger bar. We want to keep that above 94. See if we keep pushing that. I want to get this food multiplier higher. Now we at 94, we can eat again. We want to keep that variety going. That should bump that right on up. Boom, now we at 1. So now we'll get 1.1, 1.2. We'll keep trying to push that on up. Higher we go. Let's see where we at on the map. Right here is our base. So we actually, well, right here. That's where we are. Forgot I wanted to be a little bit closer to the coast this time. Track peaceful animals. So whenever you find anything in this game is worth it, so you know when you do have stuff, you should appreciate it. Even with these settings tweaked the way I have them slightly, just to make the game comfortable and to make for a halfway decent stream, which I'm just testing the stream out, getting all my settings and everything tweaked and dialed in for Dune Awakening. It's had a bit of nostalgic kick. Wanted to get back into this for a little bit till we get that on June 5th. Then we'll be playing on, with that game, Dune Awakening, which is also an MMO. We'll be playing on the developer servers. That's going to be an interesting situation. I'm trying to make sure I scan the horizon. We don't run up on a wolf. You can see them. They have red eyes. And if you don't, they run up on you, they will scare the shit out. We're going to keep running so far that I'm going to get to a point where while I'm out this far, I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up some rare resources in one of these other regions. We should be hitting a region line here very soon. I'm gonna stay close to the water, that way if we have to dip, we can literally dip. Nope. About to be able to eat another plate of food. Keep pushing that multiplier up so our skill points go up higher and higher each time we perform an action. Nope. It's wintertime. This is the worst time to be hunting for an animal. But what I'm aiming to do is to get us a variety of food while increasing our hunting skill. And honestly, what I really need to do is I need to tame whatever I see. But we'll just beat it down with the sling a little bit so we can get the bow and arrow. We're gonna have to make sure our agility skill is up. Let's inspect this random oak tree patch. That's also something we need to consider, because remember, before in the last session, we were trying to get here. In order to get that up, we're gonna need to continue to gather wild plants. I am gonna have to get to here eventually so we can have some better planted trees near our base. We can start a whole entire forestry program. All right, let's see. Oh, it didn't reject this, so we found something somewhere. So now on the ground, we should, there we go. We got some animal tracks. About to see a big game hunter. Nah, this ain't no big game. See what we're dealing with. We're just gonna keep following these tracks, and then they're gonna abruptly end. When they end, it's somewhere in this vicinity. Oh, there it goes. Keep tracking this jump. And here we go. Where is it at? Let's eat real quick, because we're about to start using the sling. Get this fiber out of the way. I don't want to stack it because every single one of those are a different quality. And that's going to not average the quality. It's going to reduce the quality substantially, way below average of what the combined stacks are. So I just want to get it to where I can see what the hell's going on in my inventory. All right, let's see. Track that animal again. Should be still in the area. We hadn't ran too much that we spooked it. Keep following these tracks. All right, this thing is so close. Slow down a little bit. Track it again. Eat again. Where is this? Gotta be back this way. So every time we actually looking for tracks, we are gaining on our hunting skill. What happened? We failed to find any tracks, so we ran a little too far away from it. Alright. So that is somewhere around in here. Go this way. And what I was trying to do, see where our torch is, got buried in here. And I could simply just make another one, which is exactly what we're gonna do. Craft one out of those out. Give us a little more light, not much. So we're gonna hit P. I specifically want to remove the shovel. That's why I drug it over. This damn animal. There it goes. Got him. Nope. A big ass. So now here's the fun part. We about to get wrecked by this jugger. Try to aim a little bit higher. This is legit primitive. These things are so inaccurate. Got him. So we got 7 sling ammo left. I don't want to let my stam go down too much. We're going to keep tracking this junk. We're going to want to keep an eye on our food too. That way our combat skill, that went up 1 point. We keep hitting this junk, we should be straight real quick, and then we can convert to the bow. Like, you're going to earn whatever you do in this game. You ain't just gonna pop in here like Minecraft and be shooting a bow and arrow. Oh, he's coming for it. He's pissed. Oh yeah. Fell short. Ran out of stam. I just would just keep tracking him. He's gonna have our ass all over the map. Hit that dude straight in the eyes. 2 points. Oh, he's pissed. Oh, we out of ammo. You got shit. Take that shit out of your pocket. Put it back on. Eat again. See if we can get our multiplier to go to 1.1. Oh. There's our deer. So if you ever wonder what it was like to primitively hunt, this is it. This is a very raw, primal version of hunting. Go back to 1, which is our hot bar for our Want to hold that left click down. Trying to hit him in the back of the head. So our agility's going up too. So we're gonna be able to run faster. Let's keep going after him. Hunting the old school way. Now I could have made a spear and tracked it down, but in order to get to the boat, I gotta literally use this sling until I get to a point where I progress the skill to 30. And then the top left-hand corner, we're looking at the damage that we've done to the deer, the increase in our slinger skill. So we still got 26 points to go. We might legit kill him before we even get to the bow itself. Got 3 more. Should be right here on the beach. Coming right up on him. Oh yeah, tearing that ass up. This is the most miserable thing to do in the game. Getting past this. Now you could make a training dummy and start working on that, but I like to do it. Get my aim good. Blunt damage. We know that he's about to die when he gets pissed off and he starts chasing after. He's gonna straight start aggroing. We just keep tracking it. Go back to our inventory. Try to eat something different. We're gonna have to get out of the combat though. Hit that one. Our health went up, strength went up. Hit P, still at 1.1 here. Should say 1.1 by now. So we're gonna hotbar 1, go into combat mode, see if we can get a headshot on this deer. Hit 20 points, 18 points. Slinger is trickling up. No more ammo. We're gonna hop in our inventory. We got stacks of 22. What the hell? Keep on tracking it. Now you can't tame a deer. You just no more ammo. I got plenty of ammo in my damn thing. Here, let's get all the way out of the combat too. Why is it saying that there's no ammo? We glitch. So all I did is I just tapped the ammo and it worked. Ooh, that's bad. Wonder what the hit points on a deer like this got. Get out of this combat mode. I want to see what other options we have for a primitive tool right now. Really? That's it. So, what we are going to do, I know what's going to happen. When we get this thing's health down pretty low, we're going to have to swap up. That made no difference. I took off that torch and it absolutely had no effect on the light around us. We're going to create another hatchet. And we're going to chop this thing to pieces when he runs up on us, like self-defense, a very brutal way. Craft. Then we'll put this hatchet on the other side and be fully prepared to take them on. Got plenty of sling ammo. We ready? Let's see what the that thing should be breaking here in a second. We got another one set to the side ready. Keep tracking this. Usually they just run in a linear direction. Track it again. Ooh. Maybe he went further up. Alright, we got his tracks again. Swap this out. What's the damage? Where did he go? Eat again. There you go. Right there. Keep working on our slinger ammo. Get that skill up. Ooh, sound like that hurt. Damn hurt. Dude ain't got no wind. Now all of this, everything that we're doing is constantly increasing a skill or a stat. So we'll get faster. We'll progress to a point that we can move from a combat skill and archery is what we're trying to get to. So we got to get this to 30. In a minute though, this thing is just gonna start bucking. Oh, he's tired. Laying down. Got a good opportunity to get a headshot. Wish I could tag this thing with a flaming arrow. Dab the torch into it. The good thing is that they do have distracting mode, so you can follow it easily. Gotta keep on it. This is gonna open us up to a whole new dish. Several dishes if we can find some wild plants. We got 14 more ammo on us. A couple other stacks. This sling, I hate this thing so much. Always pissed off. No, that hit it. All right, well now we're gonna just track it slowly. Let it calm down. This sling is the most awkward thing to use. Should have it to a point where it's gonna start attacking it. Might just run up on it, start chopping it. Ooh, right square in the head. That was 25 damage. That's what we need to work on, headshot. All right, we can eat again, so we'll hit R to get out of combat mode. Try to keep our multiplier going up. Go right back to R, it's gonna go back to whatever we left off. The longer you hold it, it's gonna widen out. Ooh, way up. Gets more inaccurate. Pulling to the right. God, I had it lined up. I was definitely gonna hit it when I was standing. I got 10 points on our slinger, about to must be it. Where are you? No more ammo. Okay, I got you right here. We're about to just run up on homeboy and chop his ass up. I'm over it. Brutal kill. Dude, you smoked too much fun. I actually think he's legit lit. This is actually an excellent opportunity to get on this sling. Headshot. destroyed your life, brother. All right, now we're gonna clean this junk. So we only got the slinger up to 10. We're gonna create a dummy and work on that. However, the good thing about that is now we can equip this knife, clean this junk, take our spoils home, and figure out, oh, we right by the base, man. How fortuitous. Get in that junk. It's probably gonna get a shit ton of meat. We're gonna be overweight. It's a pretty big deer. All right, we got us a hide. We can use that later on. We got 52, 120. 120 deer meat. Make it back to the base, but we are overburdened. Good thing is we close by the base, so we don't have to walk too far overburdened. Then we get back, we're gonna cook some of this junk up. Get this out of our inventory. This will give us a larger variety of food. Slowly but surely. You know what I can do? I don't think I have. Show you a little trick here. We're gonna hold Alt, click all the branches that we have on us, drop those out. We still overburdened. That meat. We get back to the base. We'll dump this meat off. Then we can always acquire branches, and any branch that we get now is going to be even higher quality than it originally was. So dropping that stack lets us walk a little bit faster. Camera. Let's get back in the third person. Real close to the base. And one thing that we can do while we're on the way back, I'm gonna hit F3 to light up the ground. Go right over here in this little patch. Find my sickle, hit P. Swap out the sling. Look at the ground. We're gonna look for wild plant. We're gonna need this, A, to plant, to start farming, and then B, to tame animals. Horses use apples. We'll see what other animals. I have seen a boar here. We're gonna need those. Take mushrooms or taproot. We're gonna need to find some edible taproot. See what we got. Flax seeds, that's good. That's gonna be your higher level tier tailor. Flax is very important. Got wheat. Ooh. Potatoes. Dang, we've been hunting all night long. All night. And then we still got to run across this swampy ass place over here, which is going to be frustrating. I'll tell you what I am going to do. The next high quality tree we find, we're just going to go ahead and build a campfire, cook all that meat at one time. Inspect. And I have a cooking pot. Or had one. 64, that's pretty good. What's our nature's lure at? Because that's going to be the branch that we get off of there. We're going to be making some pretty decent food from this. All right, we're going to gather the branches. Can't yet gather any sprouts. And that's one thing that we are going to need down the line. Let's exit that. Want to keep that food up. See if we can get this past 1.1. Went back to 1. That's good. Gather. We're going to get all the branches that we can off of here. We're going to post up, build a campfire, start cooking some of this stuff. See what we can make. Might even make a cooking pot. I think I took the one I had out. Open up space for inventory. And nonetheless, we created that early on. Be wise just to go ahead and make a new one. Probably gonna need some stone. Oh, that's a higher quality. All right, we'll wait till he pulls off all the branches, and then we'll create a campfire, cooking pot, and if I can find some other materials like an onion or something, we might be able to make a complexity 3 dish. But we may even need the cooking pot, which is going to require a higher advanced level of resources and skills that we don't currently have. Whip around here, create furniture. Try and decorate a loom. Wanted to see what the requirement that's going to be on the build. Simple construction, cooking, big cauldron. Oh, we gotta need a metal sheet for that. That's unnecessary. We'll just go with a regular campfire. Create that, drop it here. Create camp. We're gonna use these branches we got here. Gonna build that up. It's gonna give us a fairly decent campfire now. We should be able to run with this a lot, and we're gonna have to see what else we got in the way of trees around here. That's a spruce, a softwood. These billets are gonna burn faster than any other, but we still gonna need some more branches. Try to work down some of this meat that we got that's weighing us down. Keep an eye on our hunger. We want to keep that up above 94. As soon as it hits 94, you can eat again. Then that'll keep pushing that multiplier up. Now we're about to add a whole different dish to our nutrition. It's gonna keep bumping up. All right, so we're gonna go through this crafting cycle here. Oh, we just so happen to end when we needed to. I think that's all. Go back to this, eat that. Got us up above. We're at 99. Inspect this, see what this is. We're gonna need some billets. Yeah, we'll go ahead and run with this. We'll cut this down. Need to put back on our shovel so we can pull up this stump as soon as we chop down this tree. Uproot that stump, but we cannot because our shovel's not equipped. Swap out one of these axes. This is the one we brutalized that deer with. Uproot. That's going to give us a billet. It's also going to open up for this tile a random tree by the server will regrow. If you don't uproot this, you will have a bunch of random spots that nothing can grow unless you manually remove those things. I'll lift this up. See how much wood it's got in it. It's got 250, so we could get up to 25 billets out of that. Lift that up. Walk over here. very slowly with this big ass log on our back. Drop it. We're gonna need to make sure that we can put it here. That's a big negative because it's stuck in the ground. We're gonna lift it up, let it just drop back down. So pro tip, put your saw back on. Swap this out. We can access this inventory by adding some fuel. Spin around. Right click this. Saw out. We want billet. We're gonna saw out the billets, and as the billets hit our inventory, we're gonna just directly put them in here. We're gonna hold control and left click to click them over. We can put up to 5 in here, and then that's all we'll need. We may cut out a few more to have it for fuel. See where we at on this. All right, so we got our hunting was driving up. We haven't started even attempting to tame anything, and you have to go through those same motions, but what you have to do is you have to feed the animal its preferred food, and the system will let you know right here. We'll have to keep grinding out, gathering. Oh, we're almost to 30. We're gonna be unlocking forestry here. Few more plants, potatoes, peas. We're gonna look for, get those with the sickle. That'll push us over 30 in farming. Then we'll be able to actually sow wheat, peas, onions, carrots, flax, and to unlock this, we'll be able to gather hazel trees, juniper trees. But then we'll be able to pull sprout. That'll make it go faster. Then we'll get birch and spruce, and we'll start planting those around the base. I've already gone through and gotten locations on fairly decent stuff. Should be all right. We're gonna need a whole shift. Separate these. We can put up to 5 here. Hold shift, left click. That's gonna split. And you can split it by whatever number you want by manually typing it in. Oh, it's that. Gonna prepare the food, beef steak, flintstone. Don't have any beef. Don't have any chicken. Do have to see what other item allows game meat. We don't have any other options right now other than the fried beef. We have 120. It takes 6. Let's go ahead and grab a few more branches. I think we got all those branches. Inspect. We want to make sure that right now that we're getting the highest quality that we can. I'm literally sitting on, oh, that's even better. Gather, get a couple of these branches off. Eat again to get us above 90, and then we'll start cooking this up, get that out of the way. All right, we'll come back to that because I want to get all those branches off. Those are the highest quality that I've been able to acquire so far. So we're gonna prepare, but before we do anything, we're gonna make sure that we eat and try to keep that variety up. Make that hit back to 1. And then we want it to say 1.2 and keep going up. Craft, mass produce. So we're just gonna sit here and craft out all of this meat in its entirety. We should be able to now start getting more points in nature's lure, because all we doing is cooking some fried beef. Yep, that's where it's going. Eventually all of our cooking will be going into the cooking line, but we don't even have that open. We got to get past this. Then we got to get to advanced farming. Then we'll be able to make a plow and whatnot at some point. Where's that at? Filament. Actually, you know what? Let's see. Fertilizer. And soaked cabbages. Look at the carpentry line. These are all the items that we'll be able to produce in the carpentry line here. Looking for a plow. A plow changes the game. We'll review that later. So we're getting this meat cooked down. And now it's giving us another item to eat, which is this fried beef. We're at 56 quality on that. That means when we go back to cycle fish again, our fish is going to be even higher than this. Keep collecting the highest branches that we can. Cook those out. Keep increasing our multiplier there. We still got 48 points left to go in our stat. Right now our strength is pretty good. I really only need that at 30. I need my agility to 30. And then we're going to dump the rest of the points in willpower, which will allow us to carry more without being overburdened. Which is also why we stopped to cook all this meat. All right, we're good. Now, got fried beef to eat. We at 94. Let's see where that's going to put us. 1.1, we got it. We went from 0.7 when we logged in to 1.1, and we can keep driving that up, and every time that we do is going to give us a higher multiplier on our skills that we acquire from the experience that we put into the game. Run back over here. Where was that? One of these. 79. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pull all the branches that we can off of this. We won't cut it down, but we'll leave that right there. Probably won't even need any of this. I'm not gonna make myself overburdened. We're gonna probably search for a little more wild plants, break that threshold on farming to get us in an open up advanced farming. Then we can plow with plow, but when can we actually produce it? That's the question. When can we make it? Cart, weapon rack, armor stand. Man, when you gonna let me create a damn plow? I'm feeling like this is easy, usable. We'll find out here soon. So we're gonna pull all these branches off because they're level 79. We won't get 79 out of them because we're only nature's lure 67. See where it's landing at in his inventory. 68. Give us a point higher, 69. So now we're working with better quality branches. So we substantially increased the quality of our materials, our food, and now we went with our food multiplier from 0.7 to 1.1. So we're acquiring more and more accomplishments in a shorter session. Everything's good. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna log off here, come back tomorrow. We'll pick up from where we leave off right here. This is D3ltaX85.